Good morning, afternoon, evening or nighttime, wherever and whenever you may be watching. Thanks for clicking. Today's video, as the title suggests, is going to be about Supernova from the house Dua fragrances. Supernova is an interesting one to me. It's one that I've always wanted. It's one that's been on my radar for a long time because it just seems like to be a staple fragrance from their house. It is a clone, like a lot of their fragrances are, but it's one that a lot of people say, if you're going to get some Dua fragrances, make sure Supernova is one of them. Very quickly want to mention, because a lot of people ask about it, I'm from the UK. This took about 2 months, maybe just less than 2 months to come. If you're curious, if you're anxious about your parcel, just message one of the guys who work for the company, perhaps Massam Raza or Rickman Sam, and they've been good to me. They've just let me know as best as their abilities when and where my parcel is. So feel free to message them and I'm sure they'll help you out too. Without further ado, getting into this fragrance, I've got the dry down on a strip here because Dua fragrances, they pack a lot of punch. And I know if you smell the opening, that may make you a bit nose blind to perhaps other smells and whatnot because it is such powerful stuff. So I thought I'd smell the dry down first. Okay, so this fragrance is a clone. It's like a hybrid. There's a fragrance called Elysium by the house Roja Parfums. Roja Parfums, I'm sure. And it's a hybrid of two different concentrations. The Cologne Parfum and the Eau de Parfum, I want to say. A bit of a weird name going on, but either way it combines the both. I've smelt one of them years ago and I don't really remember it. So this isn't going to be a video where I can say, it's 99% close, it's 80% close. I'm not comfortable doing that. I don't have enough knowledge of the original, so bear that in mind. Okay, so this fragrance for me is in two parts. This being the dry down, it's obviously the second part. This is where the woods come through, as to be expected. They're more in the base notes, the vetiver, the woods, things like that. To me, the dry down of this fragrance, it reminds me or it shares similarities to Santal 33 by Le Labo. So I'm guessing there could be some sandalwood in the base of this as well. The interesting thing is I don't really like that fragrance. I find it's got a bit of it seems to affect my nose in a weird way. It makes, I can't describe it other than it gives me a bit of an itchy nose. There's something about it which maybe a little bit sour, but not as much with this. I probably couldn't wear Santal 33 because of how it affects my nose that much. This has similarities, but it's not as strong. So let's get into the opening of the fragrance as well. This is where it really shines for me. This is my favorite part of the fragrance. I can smell it from there. It is loud and proud, as with most Duas. Very loud, very punchy. So the top notes in this, I think you just got a concoction, hard to say, of different citrus fruits. You got grapefruit, lemon, lime, bergamot, things like that. It's fresh, it's zesty, it's in your face. Carlos from Brooklyn Fragrance Lover, I can't say his name without singing it. He years ago did a review on this, and I always remember he described it as being like a bright, shining star, and I get what he means. I do understand. It's very fresh, it's very zesty, it's very full of life, it's very summery. This, you get it all. You do get that sort of like zesty grapefruit, which is a tiny bit sour, not in like an off way, but just like a sharp kind of way. And the lime adds in, again, sharpness. But yeah, really, really nice stuff. This fragrance is interesting to me because I feel like Roja Parfums Elysium is kind of a cousin of Creed Aventus. It's not the same smell. It doesn't smell similar, but what they're going for, in my eyes, is quite similar. It's that fresh, fruity blast of opening to then a woody masculine base. I'm still undecided. I still can't make my mind up if I love it or hate it because I love part one, the opening, the first sort of 3-4 hours, but part two, where it goes off then 5, 6, 7 hours into that woody base, there's something about it. I don't know whether there's leather in the base as well. I've worn it sometimes and it hasn't come through as strong. It doesn't remind me as strongly as Santal 33. Then other times it does remind me of it a lot. It's a very hit and miss. Maybe it's something to do with the temperature, body, skin, chemistry, all that. but I get why people like it. I think this is a summer banger. If you're tired of the Creed Aventus clones and you want something that does the same sort of job, but it doesn't smell like Creed Aventus, Supernova is the way to go. It lasts and lasts all day. This dry down is about 10 hours old at this point, and it's still there. It's in that more woody, sandalwoody kind of base thing. But that opening, you're going to get noticed. You're going to draw heads. It's a mass appealing blast of citrus. And that's it. That's going to be my quick take on Supernova. I can't decide if I personally love or hate it, but I do acknowledge it's a very, very good fragrance. It's just, there's something about sandalwood that sometimes triggers my nose a little bit, but it's a very good fragrance. I see why it's in a lot of people's collections. Great for the summer months. If you have it, if you know about it, if you also know Roja Elysium, let me know in the comments how this compares. I'm curious. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time. Peace.